people think that you cannot get STDs by oral or by anal, which could not be more wrong.
That's where I get all mine from.
I was gonna say. Hi, I'm Silvia Saige.
And I'm Wesley Woods.
Welcome back to another episode of
Sexy.
Funny.
Raw.
And today it's gonna get really quite raw.
Yeah, I mean, we have to with this topic.
We're going to give you the myths and misconceptions of STDs and STIs.
There you have it.
What does that mean exactly? What is the difference between STD and STI?
Well, just to keep it short and sweet for those that are watching, an STD and an STI. And D stands for disease and I stands for infection.
Infection!
Yeah, so not all infections turn into diseases.
Got it.
And it's just a way to look at it and be a little bit more sex positive because, you know, there's so much stereotypes and taboos and misconceptions and myths, like you said, with STDs and STIs, and that's one of them. That the fact that, you know, it's a disease. No, it's an infection. You can take a pill from it
and you
just
get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had an STI?
Are you really gonna ask me that? Like, I don't even have to ask you. Like, you have to ask me.
Yes. I've had at least chlamydia and gonorrhea.
Continue. That's it?
No. I take medication for the herpes virus to suppress it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And I take a PrEP for, I do not have, nor have I ever been diagnosed with HIV, but I take it as
An
a
antiviral,
precautionary
yes.
Antiviral for
Which
that as well.
a lot of heteros don't even know that exists, that you can take an HIV preventative,
Right.
like Descovy, Truvada, PrEP.
So just so everyone does
one
know
pill
that,
a
like, the herpes virus, as well as the HIV virus, those are STDs. Those are diseases because they will live in forever in your system and they do not go away. The infection would be something more like a gonorrhea or a chlamydia, which you could just take a few pills and get a shot in your butt, take a few days off of work, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Well, and even like with like herpes and HIV, you take one pill a day for that, and you don't have an outbreak. You're undetectable. You don't pass it on. Like it's. You don't have to. You don't have to worry about contracting HIV or AIDS if you're on it. So I mean, it's not going to prevent you from getting an STI.
Right.
You know, but it will help you.
Wish it did.
In other ways, so right.
But it doesn't.
I mean, if there were a pill that you could take. Oh, well, I was going to ask you, and it's like, duh. Absolutely.
If there was a pill I could take to stop me from getting everything, I would pop it every day of my life. I'm like, I take 3 medications: anti-babies, anti-herpes, and anti-AIDS. And those are the only 3 pills I take every fucking day.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 things I don't want popping up unexpectedly in my life.
Yeah. Oh, God. Fuck. Babies. Like, oh, God. The others, I mean, it's like, oh,
They're
babies
worse
are the
than a
worst.
disease.
The babies are the worst.
They are a disease because they are in your life forever.
Factoids. So cool if I could breastfeed, you know? Well, listen,
Just be aware of that.
Yikes, and you can't just take a pill a day and, like, suppress it.
No. Well, you could just stop it, I guess.
Well, yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother episode.
I don't even remember the first time I got an STI, STD, or like...
I do.
You do?
Oh, yeah, because I was like 17 years old and I was terrified. And, yeah, I very specifically remember
I was still a virgin at 17, so I was like...
Loser.
Not my choice. I definitely want to have sex with somebody out there. I mean, my butthole was a virgin. My mouth was like doing things. But
that's also another
Oh.
misconception is that people think that you cannot get STDs by oral or by anal, which could not be more wrong.
That's where I get all mine from.
I was gonna say, I very specifically, a friend of mine, it was like this doctor that I was seeing, so we could talk about it very openly.
Right.
And he got gonorrhea when I got gonorrhea, but he only had it in his throat because we had used a condom, but he ate me out.
Yeah.
And so he was like, oh, because I called him up and I was like, hey, by the way, I have gonorrhea. And he was like, that sucks. He was like, but I'm a doctor. I can write my own script and get my own medication.
That's so great.
So he tested himself and he was like, hey, funny enough, I didn't have it in my dick because we used a condom. He was like, but I did have it in my throat. He was like, so I'm just going to take the medication and I'll see you next week. And I was like, yep, see you in a week.
And that's how conversations should be.
Yes.
Like, it's nothing to be afraid of. They happen. It's more or less like contact who you need to say like, hey, this just happened.
Yep.
And when people freak out on me, if I were to transmit and then pass it along to them, I'm like, you just told me everything I need to know about you and how you view sex,
right?
And like how you operate in the world. Like this is an adult conversation.
Right.
Handle it and move on.
Right. And everybody handle it. And if you don't tell your partner, they're just going to pass it back to you, or to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right.
Or both.
Right.
Both.
Likely both.
And you.
What are these?
These, madam, are STDs. STDs. Save the dates.
Just out of curiosity, how many people have you given STDs to?
Lots. Like 100.
But that's just it. Like, you have to realize that and that's another thing. Even if you pass a test and you, for whatever reason, have a clean test, your partner still needs to go and test because they can be carrying something that you didn't necessarily contract, but they still have it. So getting one person who is tested is not enough. Both people need to be tested on a regular basis.
Well, and you can carry it and not have the symptoms, right? That's literally what it is. It's like, you didn't get it from me, and it's like, well, I did. You just don't have the symptoms. I don't see anything. Well, go get tested.
That's a huge myth. People are like, oh, well, I don't have any symptoms. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to have symptoms, especially you don't have to have symptoms to pass it on. It can just live, especially for men. It definitely lives in men's systems.
I feel like so much lives on me.
They're carriers, and then they just deposit it into us, and we're like, now I carry this from you. Thank you very much. But once again, this is why you should be getting checked after every partner, because there won't necessarily be a sign or a symptom. It could just be living in there.
Well, and you shouldn't be trusting. I mean, if you're just casually having sex with people, I mean, you're trust who you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but
I don't trust anyone.
I don't trust anyone, and I go and get tested very often. If you're one of those people that's like, oh, I got tested 6 months ago.
Did you have sex with more than one person in that 6 month time frame? Then that is not enough.
Definitely not enough.
Every exchange of partners, you should have a test.
Girl, I'm like, if you're sharing toys, like, go get a test.
Amen to that. Diseases do live on toys. People should know that as well. So if you are using dildos or toys on yourself, whether in your anus or your vagina or your mouth or what have it, you will spread it back and forth to yourself as well.
Yeah.
So these things to keep in mind.
Yeah, that's why they have those toy cleaners, honey. You better stock up.
Ooh. Another common misconception is that only trashy people get STDs.
I mean,
did I just not tell you that I gave a physician gonorrhea?
Yeah,
doctors, lawyers, politicians, your mom, your grandma, your little sister, your big brother.
Definitely them.
Everybody can get an STD.
Yes.
No one is susceptible. Doesn't care what color you are.
No.
It doesn't care how old you are.
Kidding. What? No! Just throw it away, man. Pretend like you never got it. That's what I did with my STD test. You can't do that. That's like socially dangerous.
It definitely doesn't care how old you are. You hear people all the time in nursing homes that have, STIs and stuff because
like
they're getting
the thing.
Yes, ma'am. You got to get popular.
Well, then they're just passing it around.
Well, and then one of the other misconceptions is the idea that like, oh, I've had it, I can't get it again.
Can't get it again.
No, that is not true.
Do you think that if you stub your toe one time, you can never stub your toe again?
No, I actually stub my toe all the time. Sometimes I stub my toe just to feel alive.
Well, I won't say I get STDs all the time, but they are reoccurring.
They are, especially when you're sexually active. That's just the way it is. I mean, there's no way around it. You could, wear a condom, but even that is not 100% going to protect you from it.
No.
So
nothing is 100%. The only thing that is 100% is either I was going to say abstinence.
Oh. I said death. That's the only thing. I mean, I wouldn't even.
You could not die, or you could just not fuck.
Yeah.
But, Either
would
way,
you tell someone? I would never even.
I would
offer
not suggest abstinence.
No,
I would not
No.
either. But I also wouldn't suggest death.
Death.
So maybe just no.
Be an adult about it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say know what the actual facts are. Don't be ashamed of getting tested.
Right.
Go get tested right now, today. When was the last time you went?
got tested. Yes, that's so important. And honey, like once you get that test results back and it says non-reactive, you're like, Miss Thing.
I am golden.
Yes, ma'am. Who
And
wants to
you
play?
are golden.
You are, regardless. And this is just to keep you as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
It's all about health. It's all about knowing your body, not knowing that you aren't going to get a symptom every time. The only way you do it is to get tested.
So stay tested, get tested. That's the best advice we can give you guys.
Ooh, and our favorite part of the show.
We have a new winner.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Let's see who we have for today. I would love to draw.
Okay, you're gonna.
All right.
Upside down and inside out.
And our next winner of the OMURA
OMURA.
is going to be Tierney.
Tierney! Oh my gosh,
Tierney
Tierney!
McCann, you
Yeah.
are our newest winner. So if you want to go ahead and just send an email to booksilviasage@gmail.com with your address, we will get one sent out to you. Same with any of the other winners. If you have not collected, please send me an email
Yep.
and I would love to get that out to you. And for whoever is looking for your OMURA gift box as well, go ahead and just type out the letters OMURA and it will get you registered to win as well. But until next time,
Bye, y'all.
adios, guys.